What's up, Beaver Nation? I'm Jonnie Motomochi, a senior on the Oregon State men's golf team, and we're here with Roberto Nelson today. He's a redshirt sophomore on the men's basketball team. Basketball starts out 10-2, now 3-5 in the Pac-12, and on their way up everything, and playing against Oregon Sunday. And I just want to thank Roberto for coming here today.
Thanks for having me.
And let's talk about your high school in Santa Barbara. You were born there,
yeah.
And talk about how you were raised and what your childhood was like in Santa Barbara.
Growing up in Santa Barbara was tough, financially with my family and stuff, but my parents always found a way to make the rent and just to get by. My dad pushed me really hard in athletics and in school and tried to make sure that he prepared me for a future, and it's got me to Oregon State.
Yeah, and you're the 78th ranked player coming out of Santa Barbara, and you could have gone to a lot of places. So why Oregon State?
I came after, I took a couple of visits and none of them really seemed to fit. So when I came here to Corvallis, it just kind of fit my personality, along with Coach Robinson. When we sat down in his office, he was really interested in the overall Roberto, the big picture Roberto, like what if basketball didn't work out. We talked about that. And we didn't really talk about basketball itself. And when I went to talk to all the other coaches, it seemed like that was the biggest point, like the biggest reason that they were recruiting me was to come and help them out with their basketball team. And Coach Rob he's a big person in academics, and he made sure that he made me aware of that coming to the meeting, and I felt that was important because he's looking out for the best of you as a person, not just the basketball part of you.
Right. That has a lot to do with Corvallis as well. It's just your family atmosphere, and you could have gone to an LA, you could have gone to a bigger market. Do you think that's why you came to Corvallis a little bit, maybe because of the family structure?
Yeah, I remember getting a letter in high school, and just people, just fans, just not even from Corvallis, but just around the country, and even in California, they just sent me a little note that says, "I hope you're a Beaver. I'm glad you're a Beaver." When I committed, and it made me feel even better about my choice. And everybody, when I got here, they just were so nice to me, and the people out here in Oregon are so much nicer than in California. Not to say anything bad about California people, but they're just extremely nice, and everybody wants to get to know you, and that's what I love about the people here in Corvallis.
I was going to ask you that too, just the transition from California to Oregon. It's not that far in the grand scheme of things, but it's a totally different atmosphere. So
yeah.
There's got to be something else besides the people. What else is different for you?
It just kind of makes it easy. I have my best friend here with me from high school, and Jonathan Hoover, so it kind of made the transition real easy for me. And knowing Joe Burton as well, I've known him since 7th grade, and I know Jonathan my whole life, so it kind of made the transition with me easy.
You said you were talking about Joe Burton, and you came in with Reese Murphy, Angus Brennan, Jared Cunningham. Talk about your class, and you guys have done great things. You turned this program around pretty much. You're 0-18 a few years ago, and now we're talking about being in contention in the Pac-12. So talk about your class a little bit and how you guys have had an impact on the school, or how you think you've had an impact.
I think we had a big impact. That recruiting class, as well as the class after us, we've done a great job, and Coach Rob has done a great job of finding players that fit the program and that get stuff done. We came in knowing that our backs were against the wall, and we kept our heads up even in the hardest of times, and we're just trying to change this program around and have guys like Gary Payton and AC Green come to the games more, because they see the old Beaver and the new Beaver.
What's it like to play in Gill? We have 8,000 people come out for the game against SC. The gloves here, the atmosphere. It gets loud in here.
Yeah.
It's a small arena, but it gets really loud. So what's it like to play in front of 8,000–9,000 people?
It feels great. As you can see, we play great in front of our home crowd. They come out and they support, and they're starting to come out early again. So it's definitely an advantage for us, and we appreciate all the fans that come out, because without them, we wouldn't be as successful as we are right now. And not to say that we still have a long way to go, but it's going to take their help, and they're doing a great job of getting tickets and getting here early and just supporting us.
Yeah, I want to talk about the kiss the sky dunk a little bit. I know it's kind of cliche, but where were you? What did you feel like when Joe fades away, hits back clank, and Jared comes through the sky, and then you get the call like Cunningham kisses the sky. You hear that after. What was
What was the feeling like on the court and then seeing the replays? What was that like?
It gave me chills. I mean, it was kind of weird because you never know what's going to happen with Jared. I mean, he's so athletic and he's so smart and he knows where to be on the court. So when that ball went up, it was so high, I was like, there's no way anybody's going to get that unless it comes all the way down. And he just jumped up over like 2 or 3 guys, caught it and dunked it. It was amazing. And that was one of the better plays that's happened in Gill. And it was, man, I was so excited. I didn't know what to do. I just remember looking at Jared, just making this crazy face at Jared, and he probably didn't even know what was going on. He probably didn't know he could jump that high, but he does some crazy plays like that, and he's super athletic. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's another kiss the sky moment this year.
Now you come in here playing, you know, you're a stud coming out of high school like we talked about, and you're coming as a 6th man. How have you embraced that role? How have you taken towards it? Like when Coach Robinson comes to you and says, "Hey, you're not starting today," how have you embraced that?
I mean, I'm a team player, so when it comes down to it, I got to do what's best for the team. And our starting 5 is doing a great job of coming out with energy and giving us leads and wins and stuff that we need. So I don't really think the big starting thing, that's not really big to me. I mean, what's big to me is going out there trying to compete and trying to win and do what's best for the team. So being a team player, I mean, sometimes you have to be the 6th man, 7th man. I mean, it really doesn't matter. Just when your name's called, you got to go in there and just perform at your best.
Now you guys are 3-5, and what's your mindset now? You say take it one day at a time, but I know as an athlete it's pretty tough to do that sometimes. So you know, you're 3-5, you just win your 2 LA games. What's your mindset now as a team and you in general?
We just got to win tomorrow in practice, and the day after, until the game time comes. We can't have any slip-ups because we play Oregon, and Oregon's a great team right now. I think they're tied for 1st place right now, and they're not a team that can be overlooked. So we got to play each team hard and know that we're going to get their best each game. So we got to come ready to play and start the games off right.
And I don't know if you started this year, but I noticed that you blow the kiss before you shoot every 3 throw and then 3 bounces and let it go. If you want to talk about it, you don't have to, but if you want to, talk about who that's for and when you started it.
That's been kind of my thing since around 8th grade.
It started off going for my mom. My mom was always at my games, and so was my dad. So I kind of wanted to give my mom a little love. And Jason, I used to love watching Jason Kidd, and he used to blow it for, I think it was his wife and kids. So I kind of stole that from him a little bit, and I blew it for my mom. And she would always, I could always hear her at the games saying, "Break your wrist, break your wrist." I could still even at Gill. I mean, I could still hear my mom's voice. But when I got to college, I wanted to keep it. I was going to change it for a little bit, but I know our games would be televised, and at the time my dad was in prison, so I didn't really have a chance. He didn't have a chance to see me. I didn't get a chance to see him during the season, so if he would ever get a chance to catch a game on the tube or something like that, I wanted him to know that I was blowing a kiss and that I haven't forgot about him.
That's really cool. And you know, you talk about Coach Robinson, the family atmosphere. You said you're going to change it, and we talked about Coach Robinson earlier. What's it like playing for a guy like that? You know, a really smart guy. You know, and it looks like everyone plays for him. You know, you have those coaches that are like just in your face, and you don't really want to play for him. What's it like with Coach Robinson at the helm?
It's extremely, he's definitely strict. He's definitely strict, and he's strict for all the right reasons. He's strict in all the things that he needs to be. He makes sure that we're holding each other accountable this year, and I mean, off of basketball, I know that if there's something I need from Coach Robinson, if I need to go talk to him, if something's bothering me, that I could go into his office and I can have a conversation with him, and he'll sit there and listen. Even if he doesn't agree, he'll give me the best advice that can possibly be given. So, I mean, it's definitely been good for me, because I know I've had hard times in college, and a lot of things I've been stressed out a lot, and to have him to fall back and go into your coach's office, I mean, some guy that sometimes people are a little hesitant to go talk to the head coach, to be able to talk to him about anything is definitely great. And I mean, it gives me a lot more respect coming out here and practicing every day with him, because I know he has my back every day.
Yeah, because you know, like on the court he's your coach, but you can go in as a friend as well. You know, he'll listen, like another figure that you can look up to, and that's what I think his coach is all about too. And we have a lot of them around the athletic department, which I love around here. Switching
subjects a little bit, talk Beavers without borders. You went to Macedonia. with Taylor Cavanaugh and Matt Wilcox kind of running that thing. What kind of experience was that? I mean, it's probably nothing like you've ever experienced before. So you're there for 2 weeks in a country you've probably never even heard of until you heard about this trip. Because I haven't heard of it. So just discuss this, just what happened and what was it like? Was it life-changing? Just kind of go into it. Going into it,
I didn't know what to think. As you said, I didn't know where it was at. I had to Google it. I had to try to find things about it. And I remember speaking to my mom about it, and she told me that if you have a chance to go to another country and see how they live and help people out, I mean, you should do it. And my mom's always been big and raised me on being thankful for what I have and helping other people out. So I took advantage of it, and a couple teammates came with, and it was definitely a life changer to see how they live and the stuff that they value and compare it to my life and how we live in America. It's mind-boggling because we value all the materialistic stuff that they don't even have and that they don't even think to have, and we take it for granted, and we have 2 or 3 things that some of those people would die for. And it's just crazy that, I mean, I could take my shoes off or my cell phone, as much as that costs, and feed a family there for weeks. So it definitely puts a lot of things in perspective, and they were definitely happy that we came, and I felt for that family, and I mean, I loved every second that I was there, and I wish I could go back and do it all over again.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing that we started there, and Kevin McShane went with you on that trip. He's the only senior on this team this year, I think, and talk about his leadership role. I mean, he doesn't play that much. He plays a specific role, and but everyone sees that he can play. He plays hard, and that's definitely your description of a leader. Just talk about what he does for the team, and talk about his leadership role as a senior.
I mean, Kevin McShane, he's a great leader on and off the floor. I mean, even though he doesn't get that many minutes, you can always count on him to be that guy that's giving us energy and going hard. And he's definitely somebody you can look at. I mean, he doesn't complain about anything. I mean, he can have so much to complain about not getting minutes and stuff, but he takes all that in and he just goes even harder. And he earns everything that he's gotten so far. I mean, with that scholarship now, I mean, I couldn't be more happy for him as well as the team. He's earned it, and it's good to have somebody on the team like that, because he's gonna, as hard as he's going, that his body's hurting. And so when your body's hurting, you're like, oh my gosh, I mean, this guy's going 10 times harder than me. I got to pick it up. I got to go harder. So he's definitely a great teammate to have, and he shows us all the right things to do. So for the next group that we have, we can kind of rub that off on them. Yeah, and going back to the Beers Without Borders, your video went viral. You dunk a ball that you think is, it's just fine. It's just a normal dunk, and the glass shatters all over you. And, websites are picking this up everywhere. There's thousands of views of this thing. What was that like? I mean, we all saw it. You got like 20-something stitches on your face. And we've talked about it before. It was just like normal play. So when the glass shatters on you, that's never happened before, what goes through your mind at that point? To be completely honest, it happened so fast, I didn't even know what happened, nor did I know that I was cut up like that. I just remember walking back to the bench, and I thought my arm was just a tad bit cut, but I didn't know I had stitches. I didn't know I had cuts all over my face. And when I looked at some of the females that went in the group with us, they kind of turned their head and was like, oh my God, ew. And I was like, what? Ew, what? Ew, what are you talking about? And then I kind of felt blood going down my face. But it was definitely, I mean, I'm glad that it happened, because it's one of, it's a basketball thing. I don't know how to explain it, but breaking the backboard, it's like a hole-in-one in golf. So I mean, it's definitely, it was big, and I was glad that I could kind of go back and tell my son that I broke a backboard.
No, it's a macho thing, totally. Shaq did in the NBA, big dudes break backboards. Right? So it's totally a macho thing. Let's totally change subjects. Your golf game. I've played with you once, and David Fink, my teammates, played with you a bunch of times. What's your golf game like? I think you played in high school a little bit?
Yeah, I played in high school a little bit. I just always been competitive, and that's just I don't know, that describes me as just competitive. So when I picked up a golf club and I was going to a par 3 at my house, I just remember that I was so terrible. I was missing the ball, I was shanking the ball right, and it was just a competitive thing for me, and I can't pick up new things and be bad at them. So I took a lot of time and I just kept playing. So it was good to come up here and have friends like you and David Fink and guys on the golf team that I could go out there and play with, so you guys can teach me some new things when I think I know it all.
No, you can definitely hold your own. And what's your best score?
I don't know, around even.
Yeah.
That was lucky though.
I had some lucky rolls.
Yeah, you can bomb it out there, and you got some shots in your bag, and I think people would be definitely surprised by your golf game. What has changed in you in your 3 years here? You know, you come in here and you probably expected to play right away, and then you get you have that year off, not because you wanted to, not because the team wanted you to, but because of NCAA reasons. And how have you evolved since coming in here as an 18-year-old?
I've learned a lot. Having sat out that year, I kind of got to sit back and watch and learn from guys that came before me and how they went about things. And Coach was big on me because I didn't come in, I can be honest, like I didn't come in the best student, and I wasn't really, I didn't take schooling that seriously. I never really thought about life after basketball, or what if basketball didn't work out. And I remember Coach Rob called me into his office and asked me that question, and I couldn't answer the question. So, I mean, after having that conversation with Coach, I mean, I just went back and I started taking things a lot more seriously and just trying to figure out what I want to do if basketball doesn't work out. So, it was definitely big for me, because if I didn't have that conversation, or if I would have went to another school, I don't think I would have had it. And if it didn't work out, I kind of, who knows where I'd be.
So what we've talked about, Coach Rob telling you, what are you going to do if there's no basketball and you can't answer it? So what does it mean to you to be an Oregon State Beaver?
Man, I don't even know how to explain it. It means the world. I mean, I wouldn't change it for anything. I'm happy with my decision, and I love being here, and I love the whole town and just the atmosphere and how everybody goes about things here. It's so professional as far as the athletics program and just people on campus. I mean, everybody's great here, and everybody's nice, and they like to talk, and it's always fun. I mean, I could go to Dixon and play around with guys and play racquetball or something like it. It's always fun. I'm always meeting new people, so I mean, it's great. It's been great to me, so I can't really say anything bad, and I wouldn't change my decision.
19 points against the Stanford game, quadruple overtime. That game was insane. I think everybody that saw that game could agree with it. First time in Beaver history it goes to 4 overtimes. You guys lost a tough one, obviously, and it was tough to watch as a Beaver. I can't even imagine what it was like on the floor. That's that one day at a time thing, though, right? And you just got to go back at it the next day. But in that game, you score back-to-back threes with one shoe on. You score 19 in the whole game. You score 6 points without a shoe. What was going on in your mind at that point, first of all? And second of all, was it kind of a show-off thing? You're a good 6 feet, 7 feet behind the three-point line, and you're like, I got one shoe on. I can make this shot. Like, what was going through it?
I just knew I had to keep playing. The refs didn't blow the whistle, so I had to get up the floor and just try to help my team as much as possible. But going into that play and going into those plays, it gave me confidence when my teammates passed it to me and had confidence in me that I would shoot the shot. So it was great that my team still had confidence, even though I only had one shoe on. So, I mean, I wouldn't have took the shot if they didn't have confidence in me like that. But they still wanted me to shoot, and I shot it, and I'm just thankful they went in, because I mean, I hope we could have made a couple more in the end so we could have changed the outcome. But I mean, sometimes things happen. You just got to learn from it and take it one day at a time, and hopefully next time we get the best of the next team.
For sure.
Is there anything you want to say to Beaver Nation? You've been here for 3 years now, and we've talked about your life here. You're way more mature. You talked about Coach Rob. What do you want to say to Beaver Nation
and the 8,000 people that support you every game?
I just want to say thanks for the support, and thanks for coming out and helping me be a better person and teaching me things and not giving up on me when times haven't been as good as planned. And I'm just thankful that I'm a Beaver, and I'm happy with my decision. I wouldn't change anything, and I wish the best for future years here.
Just want to say thanks to Roberto Nelson for coming out today. He was a good sport, and you know, talking to Roberto, I've known Roberto for a while now, but we never really talked on a personal level, and you know what he's done here as a Beaver, and you know him talking about his life being changed as a Beaver. Pretty cool stuff. So I just want to say thanks to Roberto Nelson, playing Oregon this weekend on Sunday at Oregon. Big game for us and for you guys. Sorry, I talked us as Beaver Nation. 3-5 going into Oregon, and best of luck the rest of the season, and thanks again.
Thanks for having me.